I'm Brian.
I'm Lydia.
And here we are on vacation. We were going to do a video yesterday on the ride down here, but I will have to say, the other night, I don't know if you saw me eat a pepper, but that one hurt me pretty good. And we were traveling the next day, and I was pretty much up all night cramping, so definitely something to keep in mind if you're going to be eating some super hots. I did find out what it was. I did contact Keeley Farms, and they told me it was an orange. Tell them. Orange brain collapse. For some reason, that name keeps escaping.
Because it collapsed your brain.
I think
literally.
it did. I think it did. So, because we were traveling and driving, and it was a long drive, we didn't get in here till about 1 a.m., and now we still have about another 4-hour drive ahead of us.
And so, to preface this, the reason why we're traveling in the first place is because we're not really on vacation so much. We're going to a family wedding this weekend.
Yes.
So, we have an obligation that we have to be at, and we have to be present. And it took us about 13 hours just to get to... We're in Richmond, Virginia right now. We're headed to Wilmington, North Carolina. So it's a long trip. We're far from home. We have to be somewhere by a certain time. So that's kind of the backstory of why we weren't able to do a video last night in the first place, which, again, we were intending to. So sorry about that, but it was just, we were kind of wrecked by that. It was a nightmare of a trip. It was so much traffic the whole way down. It was crazy.
And it came on a night where I really got no sleep. Because honestly, that pepper did a number on me. I'm glad I ate it, but it was a rough one. That was a very tough pepper. So today, we picked out this pepper, and
this is one from the same box of peppers that we had the other night.
Yep,
so
we put them in a bag, and we did bring them with us.
They came on the road with us. These are the most well-traveled peppers ever. They've been all over the eastern part of the country.
So what we're going to do with this one is, like I said, because we have to hit the road any second now, so we're going to eat this, and then we're going to take off. So we're going to split this one half a piece, and we'll give you a good description of it. But if you look at it, I mean, this is a beautiful, it's got that purpley red and orange skin to it. I mean, it looks beautiful. I've been eyeing this one since we opened the box. So
yeah, I have to agree. I think this looks like one of the most color-wise and everything, and it's a really interesting color. It looks really beautiful, so we're excited to check it out. Fine.
So this is what it looks like on the inside. It is very colorful.
Sorry, the light's not great in here. We don't have...
we are on the road, like I said, so...
Bear with us. Smells really nice.
It does. It has a nice smell to it.
And it's pretty far away from my face, and I can still smell it. Yeah. Beautiful pepper flavor. All right.
And cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Thanks for watching. Oh, it's very fruity up front.
It is. And it's also very hot.
It is.
Also a little bit of maybe a bitter flavor. Oh, wow. That's very hot. Oh.
Mouth hot.
You ate half. I'm not going to let you suffer alone, so...
It's a very delicious pepper, though.
I was just going to say, it's interesting because... Oh, that's very hot. I'm getting a throat burn now. As I got to the top part of it, it really, the flavor went from, the first bite was sweet. The second, as I was chewing it, it got a little bit bitter. And the last bite was much more on the sweeter, fruity side.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I'm just trying to see where the heat's going. Right now it's on my tongue.
And it's not...
It's not crazy hot like... I'm going to give it a minute, because the other night that pepper I ate that...
So
that brain collapse.
I did want to bring that up because when we were rewatching that video, there were some interesting points. And I feel like if you are like us and you're new to peppers, this could be a really interesting and very valuable learning experience for you to take some suggestions on, because I feel like we thought that we had, eaten sufficiently before we ate those peppers.
True, yeah.
We thought we, prepped good enough to be able to do it. And my pepper was fine. I didn't have any problems with it. It was significantly less hot. Brian's was not. And we thought we've had some hot peppers.
Yeah.
We haven't, compared to what Brian just went through.
It was definitely, it was a lot warmer than the Reaper and the Primatale. I will say the two that we had. It was a major throat burn, which, it's fine. Like the burn, you could see I was definitely uncomfortable and fidgeting around, but that's not what the problem came in. It was definitely, when we shut the video off, you can see I got up and I literally hunched over instantly because it instantly gave me a cramp. And it went away fairly quickly, but it was instantly, I couldn't even stand up, it hurt. But I stood up, drank some yogurt just to wash it down, and I was fine for about 4 hours. And I woke up at about 2 in the morning, and from 2 to 7, I didn't go back to sleep. It was every half hour, it had me up. And then I knew we had to come here, so I ended up leaving a little bit later to get here than I wanted to, but we're here, and we're back, and it didn't deter me from eating peppers. It was just made for a rough trip.
And I felt like we had a healthy respect for what they potentially can be, and I'm not put off from doing this either. We're both fully intending to keep trying out peppers, but it's maybe with more time we could get a little more used to how to deal with this, because I don't know that you can fully ever get away from cap cramps. I think that's kind of part of it, seems to be anyway, seeing from people who eat these a lot. I think that's something that you're probably going to experience on some level. So if you're new to this, just be aware that it is real and it is painful, and it is, I was doubting that we'd even be able to come here. It delayed us leaving, I would say, at least 5 hours from when we were planning on getting on the road, because Ryan could not travel.
I needed to sleep, and I didn't get to sleep all night, so it was definitely interesting. Like I said, it kind of made me rethink of how to do this, because obviously we both have jobs. This isn't our job, so I wouldn't be able to function at work if I had to be up all night like that. So videos might be a little different, but we're still going to keep putting them out because we do enjoy this. We love the taste of these peppers. They're beautiful peppers.
We're having a lot of fun doing this, and we've been really, really psyched to see how many people have been commenting and sharing this whole thing with us. Has been really exciting, and it's great to see how many people are into this. It's a big world of people who have an interest in the same stuff. So thank you so much for everyone who's been following us along. We really have been having a great time. And another thing about that pepper that you ate, how I wanted to touch on how you thought it had peaked.
Yeah, it did. I thought it peaked twice. So I guess I've heard Johnny Scoville talk about like false peaks, and this one had it twice. It went up, and I was wowed by how hot it was, and I was like, "Whew!" It finally peaked. And then it jumped again, and then you can see it in the video. I was like, "Oh, it finally peaked." I was like, "Nope, there it went again." So 3 times it jumped up. It had me fidgeting. It pushed me to my limits. I wasn't quite panicking because I knew eventually it would come down, but every time I thought I was at that level, it jumped again. So you just got to be prepared, because you don't know how these peppers are going to hit,
and you really don't know what the after effects are going to be. And it's something that, again, we thought we prepped well enough for it, and We were very mistaken.
Yeah.
So just, word of caution with that one. Take great care with that, because it's going to ruin a good time if you don't try to take care of that. My nose is running from that pepper.
It was good. Mine was a little bit. I would say, it was
nice.
It was hotter than a habanero, but not much. To me,
not for a half. It was. Yeah, it is very. I would say habanero level of heat. It's.
That was a very pleasant pepper, pleasant heat. It was. I don't know what it would have been like if we ate the whole thing, but.
Yeah, probably a lot more intense, I would guess, because it's hot, but it's a little bit in my throat. Mostly it's in the front of my mouth. I don't know if you're getting.
Mine's all tongue.
My eyes are not watering. Yeah. Very tiny throat burn, but it's slight. It's there a little bit. So we were, for this weekend especially, and maybe a little bit going forward, we're gonna maybe ease into this a little bit. Again, we are still building up our tolerances. We're not super experienced with this stuff, but we want to get there, and that's one of the goals that we've set in the first place of even doing this to start, is that we were gonna build our tolerance, and we wanted to get to the level where we can do super hots. With where we're really more ready for it. So we're going to keep pushing our comfort level with it.
Yeah.
But, we may be doing something a little more along these lines, like maybe doing a half a pepper here and there, and more kind of experiencing the heat and the taste on that level.
Well, I kind of like this too, because I feel like we both can share our experience, because we're obviously not identical. We have different feelings, different tastes, and so it would be kind of neat to get a comparison, especially with these peppers, because we have no idea what any of them are.
Yeah.
Still, I reached out to Keeley Farms, and they were lovely. They got right back to me and said, "Oh, that's what this is. It's an orange brain collapse."
Yeah.
So it was. I'm not sure the Scovilles on that one, or how hot it is.
I've read some varying reports on what it's rated at, but it's. I lowest I'd say is a million and a half.
I think it's in that range there. So. It was hot, and like I said, after reading the Reaper and the Primatale, I thought I could probably handle anything, and learned a lesson.
A painful lesson.
It was painful, but hey, it's all in the name. I know what I'm getting myself into. I enjoy eating the peppers. I enjoy being on here for you guys, or showing you guys what it's like for just a normal person to eat something like this. So, but we're about to hit the road, so I hope you enjoy your day. We'll see you later.
Bye.